Alf, what do you think? There you go. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Raptor's Garage. Well, what an episode this is going to be. Well, you've all seen the teaser video, haven't you, of what's happening to my truck Heimdall. Yes, I am really going to chop it up. In fact, I've already started. If you notice, there is no front bumpers, and this is how this started. I decided my bumpers needed painting, so I took the bumpers off. Then I took the rock sliders off, then I took the rear bumper off and the wheel carrier and thought, truck's a hell of a lot lighter without all those bits on. Well, it progressed, and you've seen the teaser video where I explain why I'm doing it. Even though I love this roof chop, I'm still not happy. Never happy, that's the problem. So I'm going to make a tray back. A tray back with the demountable. We're going to build that unit like I said in the other video, get the unit built, get the tent mounted on that so we can just take it off. I can use this as almost a daily driver then, because when it's fully loaded, I mean, when we came, before we went to the Pyrenees last year, I rolled this onto a weighbridge and it was 2,690 kilos empty, and it was over 3,000 when it was loaded. So that's two people in there, full jerry cans, yeah, that's water, food, fridge is full, an awful lot of beer. There's probably about 100 kilos of beer, but it gets heavy and I want to slim the truck down. So let me show you what I've already done, because I haven't been filming the strip down because I've been doing it late at night when I come home from work. So I want to show you what I've done so far and what we've got left to do, because Chris says I can't cut it up till he comes, and he's not coming till next Friday. So it's Friday today, in fact it's Brexit day, and we're going to cut this up in 7 days, but it will give me a chance to order all the parts. I'm going to order the fiberglass back. We're going to put a new fiberglass roof on. That's all from LongRanger. It is LongRanger, I think it is. Yeah, it is. New lights. I've already started stripping the wiring out because I know exactly how the new wiring loom's going to go in. It's going to be so much more, so simple. It's just everything's going to plug into an Anderson plug. So everything's going into the canopy on its own. Already got it all sourced. But like I said, let me show you this. Doors are gone. Side panels are gone. Looks kind of sad like this. Now I'm just walking around with the camera, so. But let me explain one of the other reasons why I'm doing this. Is you all know that Discoveries are notorious for rust, and you're going to go, there's no rust in that one. Well, there's rust coming back. Now I've had this truck for, look at the rust coming back in there. It sits between the seams. Now I've had this truck for nearly 4 years, and when I bought it, I had to put new arches, new inner arches, all that lower back panel, like a quarter of the way up, had to be replaced. Boot floor extensions, inner and outer sills, inner wings. So I've done a fair bit of work on this already. So that is another reason for doing what I'm doing, is to eliminate the rock coming back. So literally we're going to put a cut there, and then we're going to cut along this floor seam here right the way through and down. So it's going to be goodbye rust, hello new parts. And my next job now is to pull out the seats, take out the headliner, take out this new roof, I don't know what you call it, I'm stuck for words. Console, that was the word I'm after. Roof console, so CB, all those bits have got to come out. But I'm going to save this headliner, I'm going to take it out intact. This is the one we made last time, because I think I can probably reuse it in the low roof. Now, looking at how the low roof ones are made, because I've put new steel work in this roof, I'm going to reuse this steel work, and that's what this is fastened to, because I want to keep the cross beams. Literally, I think I've got a cross beam about there, and I've got another one about here, and I'm keeping them to keep the rigidity in the frame, because they are super strong. So if I can reuse them, it means I can just put this headliner straight back in. So I peel back the carpet, save it, and I should be able to reuse all those bits. So this will be going back in as it was, or as it is now, because not as it was. But yeah, so 4 bolts on each seat, that's easy enough. Just take that Allen, that Torx drive out of there to under the seat belt, and then it's 4 bolts, seats lift out. I want to pull the centre console out, because I want to modify it, and that's about it. So I'm not really going to film that, because it's you saw me put it all in, pulling it all out the opposite. So the next time you'll see this is, well, it'll be a week for me, it'll be about split second for you, and Chris will be here, and we're going to chop this up.
Hey guys, welcome back to what is going to be an exciting episode of Raptor's Garage, and a big shout out to Tiny, who's just popped in his disco and dropped us off all this beer, so that's going to keep us going for the morning. So guys, brilliant, thanks for all the comments that you've been sending our way for the recent videos. Big shout out to the Defender guys who pointed out what that wheel bearing was on the front of Grey Worm that we did the other week. Thanks for all the love we're getting on that 2-inch suspension lift on mine, and I've actually come up finally with a name, so I have to, don't keep referring to it as the Red Disco. I'm going to announce that on Instagram in a couple of days' time. So a lot of you have commented. If you've seen the big announcement that we made this week on the plans for Paul's truck, as you can probably tell, he's not wasted any time in getting started on it. But some of you sort of said, guys, can't you just finish one project before you start another one? Yes, we could, but to be honest, a lot of these are all sort of falling into place and almost working in conjunction. We've obviously got things like waiting on parts to arrive, the cost of affording parts for certain projects, but everything is starting to come together. The Sankey trailer build is now going to be integral in what we're building now as a fleet of vehicles for Team Overland, so we're going to be getting on with that soon. Grey Worm, we're basically ready now to go down to LongRanger. We're going to have 2 fiberglass kits that we're going to be fitting, obviously one on Paul's new plan for his, plus the one on Grey Worm. The body on Grey Worm is now on the dolly, so that's ready to bring it into the garage, start doing some welding on it. Big announcement on that. Now, as you guys know, that Adrenaline 4x4 are sponsoring Grey Worm. They provided us with all that heavy duty suspension components underneath, so big shout out to James. And then Neil at 4B and 4B Special Vehicles, he has basically told us he's going to provide us with his twin inlet manifold and the hybrid turbo core, so that we can get the most out of that lump sitting in the front of Grey Worm. So that is awesome, guys. So we're going to have basically all the 4B performance gear under the hood. I'm not exactly sure I should use the word hood, American term for an iconic British vehicle, but basically we're going to have all that performance power underneath the hood. We've got the Adrenaline 4x4 stuff underneath us. It's going to be an awesome vehicle. We are going to be cracking on with that very soon. But today we're chopping another disco in half. Now, because obviously Paul's vehicle is a lot tidier than Grey Worm was, it's going to be a lot easier to show you exactly where we're going to be making the cuts. As you can see, he's pretty much stripped it bare, ready to go. A lot of you are quite shocked, you know, asking why didn't he sell it? But if you actually look back at all the videos he's done, all that money and all the time he's put in has basically been in everything else, and that's all the stuff he's keeping. So all the suspension, all the engine stuff, everything like that he spent all those hours working on, all that's still going to be here. All he's doing is making it basically work better for him. Now, since our conversation, we've had even more discussions on the projects, and it's taken a bit more of a turn, because we're going to basically build, as we've said, a demountable cab for the back of this disco. But I came up with a suggestion the following day of it would actually be quite useful if this demountable cab then fitted onto the Sankey trailer bed. So if you wanted to take Grey Worm out, you can basically hook up the trailer, and he's got all of his basically storage plus the roof tent on top of it. Then Paul turned around and said, right, we're building two. He said, so basically I'm going to have an identical one which will go on the Sankey trailer, so I'm going to basically sort out my issue of having enough space when I've got passengers in the red disco. So there's a lot to do, guys, but it's all starting to fall into place now, so we've got a clearer vision of our way forward. But today we've got the grinders out, we've got some beer, got the safety specs, and we're going to chop this disco in two. So it's Brexit's fault that we're drinking coffee, because we both got sore heads from celebrating Brexit last night.
Yeah,
just a bottle of whiskey that we used to celebrate Brexit.
So it's Brexit's fault.
So blame Brexit. So yeah, guys, we're going to get the grinders going, and yes, we do need to repair that plug. A couple of you have pointed out that that socket is knackered. So I'm just not sure I want to put, pour around 240 volts, because he might kill himself. So we will get that done at some point.
Just as it was, I did repair that socket. It lasted a day before I tripped over a cable and ripped it back off the wall.
So there you go, see. And the problem with having such big trucks is that you back them in and things.
I have driven into it and crushed it with the bull bar before now as well.
So yeah, so guys, going to come in probably not long, a few days, we're going to be going down to LongRanger, because obviously we need two fiberglass kits now, one for Heimdall, one for Grey Worm. So this time we're going to take you around just quickly, show you exactly where we're going to cut, and just going to do it with the grinder. We don't need the plasma torch this time. It's a nice straight cut along the roof this time, because obviously Paul has redone the roof that he's now going to cut in two. So yeah, we'll take you around with a GoPro now and just show you exactly what we're going to be cutting.
The cuts we're going to be making, so this is the passenger side wheel arch. If you follow the body line where the boot floor extension panel is, we're just going to make a cut across there, because this is going to get chopped back later when we get the fiberglass. I'm just going to cut it slightly oversized across the boot floor line, all the way across here, so all the way across there, and do exactly the same on the other side. Now if I come over this side, and I'll fall out the truck. Damn, it's tall now. Once we've made that cut along there, snip it across here, cut down the outer wheel arch. It doesn't really matter where you just need to make a cut down there, because on the darkness on the inside of here we need to make a cut where that white line is across there, because this is where the inner arch joins to the sill, so that's where this is attached. So that's going away, and then bar cutting through a brake pipe. Well, a brake pipe carrier, I'm not cutting with stainless brake pipes. Yep, we've got the crane up on the roof there. We're just going to put a strap around this, lift it up and just drive the truck out from under it. That's the theory. Right, let's get cutting. Come on. Beryl. Can't get it because the rope's there. We might go. We'll have a play in there. Let's get that race time.
Oh yes.
Woo! I've ruined it! Are we good?
Good.
Don't know what all the pissing around was for.
I think we made a bit of a meal of it last time we did this job. It was a lot quicker. And it looks a lot tidier.
Get into all these bits now, get everything. Yeah. Where I couldn't do it before, where I welded it last time. I can get all that ground up and sorted now. I can get to everything.
I know how much work you put into cleaning your vehicle after trips. You just can't get to it, can you? You just cannot keep on top of
All the mud.
all the mud that builds up.
I mean that's an inch thick. Not that it's going to hurt a plastic fuel tank, but it's the rust. I want to get to the rust. Oh, now it does look tiny. Well, it's happened again, guys. What can I say? That looks fucking ace.
Well, that was a lot more civil than the last time we did it, wasn't it?
Just a bit. I can't believe we've done it, but I'm glad we've done it.
Well, I think it's like the bulk of the work you did during the week, didn't you?
Yeah.
Getting everything detached, unbolting everything, which probably unbolted a lot easier, wasn't it? Because
Yeah,
it's all been off the
it literally
before.
took me 8 hours to get everything ready. 8-9 hours. But no, I'm really glad I've done it now.
I must admit, I'm like I said, I keep saying to
I keep looking at it going, "Ooh, I've done it now."
Yeah, I love the shape of the disc. I love the shape of mine, and I was I'm not sure something I'd ever want to do, but
He's now looking at
I
it.
chopped it off and thinking, it's going to look cool. This is going to look awesome when it's done. So
It's going to be so cool.
yeah.
Now I've got a lot more work to do on it. I'm leaving the roof, the one that I put on last time. I'm leaving that in place right now.
Yeah.
Till I get the other roof, so I know where to cut it. I know I've got to cut the whole roof out, but I want to just get everything. So I'm going to leave it as is for now, till I've got all the panels, so I can do all the cuts and the finishing welds and closure plates and all the bits I need to do to that. But it doesn't stop me getting the chassis done. So that's what I'm doing in the week. I'm getting the chassis stripped, cleaned, painted, welded, sorted.
So, like I said, there's a lot of projects on the go at the moment, but I mean, it's like, for instance, with the red disco, I'm waiting on the winch bumper now from Dixon Fabrication, so we can't do anything on that. So that gives us a couple of weeks. We'll be on this project. As soon as we've done this, next week there'll be something
You in
else.
next weekend?
I'm in next weekend, yeah.
So we can put your rear winch bumper on.
Yes, we can, yeah.
There's another video, guys. Rear winch bumper.
So, guys,
it's not having a winch though.
No, you've got to save on the weight a bit. But so basically we're going to repurpose the winch bumper with swing out wheel carrier.
I'm just wondering if I can just keep this like this now because it's a swing. You know the squatchy chairs?
We can't make it into a part. It's in half.
Have it as a bar?
Have it as a bar, not half a bar. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, we've got enough projects on the go about making bars. Right guys, hope you enjoyed the episode.
Just one thing, how am I going to actually pitch that one to Karen? Karen, I'm just making a bar in the living room.
Yeah. Good luck with that one, mate.
Yeah, anyway.
So guys, jump over to the shop. We've got the Raptors Garage t-shirts. It always helps if you buy things like that for us, stickers. And we'll see you on an episode very soon.
See you later, guys.